Welcome to the RP Show.
With me, the Tubiac Maniac.
And me, Steve Johnson. Season 2, Episode 2. Hi everyone, welcome back. Here we are, Episode 2. Mike, yo, how's it going?
It's another week, man. Was it? It's almost well, by the time you guys see this, it'll be already, Thanksgiving will have passed, but we're gearing up for Thanksgiving. What about you, Steve?
Happy days. Yeah, all good. Living the dream over here in the UK. So, what have we got in store this week, Mike?
Well, we are going to flip the script from our previous episode, and where we mentioned the dumbest things that sighted people say, but now we're gonna shine a light and make it a little more positive and go with the nicest things that sighted people have done. Well, I'm gonna kick it off with the first time I ever used a cane in a bar since I had my initial bad experience at a bar where I realized that I do need to carry the cane because people think I was drunk. This time I brought it with my friends. We went to this bar and it was awesome because, nobody really talked to me direct, but I still appreciated it. They went to my friends and were constantly asking like if I was okay, getting around, or did I need any help getting drinks and stuff like that. So I thought that was really awesome.
Nice. That's really nice. So I've got a good one. It's quite nice. I find this is quite nice, although it's a little bit weird. But quite often when I go to the bathroom, and obviously your guide usually leaves you at the door, you go in on your own. Usually, if you're with a girl, for example, they can't go in the gents. It's frowned upon for sure. No, yeah. So I've gone in and depends where you are. If it's a huge bathroom, difficult to get around. I've had a lot of other men offer varying degrees of assistance. People just say to you, yeah, not like that. yeah. You aim, I'll fire. No, none of that. I was thinking more like, they'll say things like the paper towels on the left or the dryers are over there. Or I've had a few people say to me, right, this tap is really complicated. It's just took me 10 minutes to see how to do it. And I can see, you have to put your hand under it. And it's a bead,
the soap. I struggle with the soap. I always like, where's the soap?
Automatic over here. So, yeah. And then a few people have said, do you want to take my shoulder? I'll guide you out. If it's one of the ones where it like snakes around like a corridor. So I've had quite a few good experiences where random strangers have just helped me out and give me some cues, which has been
that's extremely helpful in the bathroom stuff.
Yeah.
The next one, obviously many of you don't know, but I run a fitness class over at the Fit Factory here in Naugatuck, Connecticut, and every Monday at 5:30 there's also another class that takes place inside, and it's dark, so I can't get the equipment. That's where the equipment is. My class is outdoors. My people who take my class, awesome people, and they actually go in, they know my situation, and they help me set the class up or whatever they need, whatever equipment they need to get, they'll get it for themselves and stuff like that. So it's a huge, for me, the fact that not having to go in and actually set everything up myself. But I would, because the gentleman in me wants to help, carry the stuff and help set up.
Oh, I see. So you're the fitness coach leading the class, and normally you would get all that ready, but your customers, they just take it upon themselves to help you out and just go and get it all for you. Oh,
they all know my situation, and they're really cool there. So yeah, and I appreciate that, and they don't mind doing it. And they just ask, hey, what do we need today? And I'll be like, I'll tell them what they got to get, and they'll go get it.
Nice. So that's good.
No, I like that.
I've got a good gym one also, actually. So
awesome.
I've had quite a lot of people help me in the gym when I go to work out, which is really, really nice. There's millions of examples, but one that really sticks in my mind is we were doing a workout which required us to do like shuttle runs, like back and forth up and down the gym floor. And I was a bit worried and a bit nervous about, how am I going to do this? Because I can't run in a straight line. I'm going to, there's a risk I'm going to run into some of the other gym members. And a couple of the guys in the gym came up with a really good idea. they got you know, like the Olympic barbells that you use for lifting weights. Well, we have like plastic ones that are like white plastic tubes that you use for training when you know when you're not used to using one of the big heavy metal ones. And these guys, I think the coach and a couple of the other customers took it upon themselves to lay me out a line of these white pipes all the way along the gym floor. They put them end to end all the way along. So I had my own special runway.
Lane.
Because the floor was black and these plastic pipes were white, I just had to run in between that line all the way to the end. And then they'd put a huge cone that once I got to that cone, I turned around and just followed the white line all the way back. And they told all the other customers to stay out of that zone. So they were all running back and forth, just doing shuttle runs. And I was in this special lane. I thought it was a really thoughtful and genius thing to do. And then as soon as the running section was finished, they just collected all them things up and moved them off to one side. So that was just a nice little gesture.
So you were like Dorothy? You had to follow the Yellow Brick Road?
The Yellow Brick Road, which was a white PVC pipe.
Yeah. All right. Well, sticking with the whole athletic theme, as many of you know, Steve and I are big marathon runners and things like that. So I did the New York City Marathon quite often. And every time I go there, I usually have to get, dropped back off to go home at the Grand Central Station, which is like a, massive, extremely busy train station. Super overwhelming. But I always manage to find my way. I know where the information booth is and all that stuff. So I'll go there and I always ask somebody, hey, excuse me, visually impaired. Can somebody help me, get me to my train, make sure I got in the right train? And always, like, no problem. I always get somebody and they come and help me out and lead me, they even let me grab their shoulder, like, and just lead me right, where I gotta go. So
nice.
Always a great experience there.
Oh, that's really cool, especially in such a big, busy station.
Oh no, it's insane. I mean, you've been to New York, so
I've been that station. It's huge, overwhelming. Like overwhelming is a great word.
Yeah. So if you're not used to like that, like, and there's just so many trains leaving, going, and doing all this, it's just too much. And I'd hate to be like, this isn't the right train. Yeah, like get out. Yeah, like, excuse me, am I going? Is this going here? Oh no, you're going over here. Like, oh, that's not good.
The other nice thing that happens to me quite a lot from a lot of sighted people, quite often in restaurants, I've had waiters and waitresses when they come to the table and they've noticed that I've got the cane. A few times people have said to me, would I like a larger menu or would I like someone to read the menu to me? And I always think that's really, really nice. One, the recognition I've got a sight problem, and two, that the establishment has gone to the trouble of making a larger print menu.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's super good, isn't it? Because there is also a lot of places I go to where, even my friends can't read the menu because it's in a really small, curly, fancy font and it's nice, ambient lighting, and they're all trying to read it themselves as well as trying to read it to me. So I do appreciate that when some of the staff, and it's like you say, it's just the recognition of somebody coming over and saying,
no, yeah,
would it help?
Like, how can I make your
menu?
Like, how can I make your world a little, easier?
Oh, would you like me to read it to you? Which is also nice, which is really good.
I would be like, can you read it like it's a bedtime story? Can you read it to me nicely? Yeah. Can you get me somebody else? I need like a nice pretty voice. I need someone with a better.
Can you read it like the sequel to Sausage Party?
Here's a big one, which I know Steve and I it's real, near and dear to us, is anybody who actually volunteers to be a guide.
Oh, that's a good one.
Any of
that's a
right?
good one. Yeah,
yeah. Because I know you ski. You also obviously do running like I do, and so we can't. I mean, yes, we're learning to try to be a little more independent. Like, I recently did doing a 5K by myself. But in the grand scheme of things, it's nice to know there's people out there that are sacrificing their race, so to speak. Most guides don't get a bib, so they're actually, this race is for you. you know, so they're
And
taking
for
their
free,
time.
it's for free as well. They're just giving up their time just to volunteer to help
Yeah,
visually
right.
impaired. That's super nice. Yeah. Another one that I find really nice is when a random stranger points out some useful information. I've had quite a few times I've been walking along with like a guide and they've said something to either the guide or me just to say, oh, excuse me, guys, when you walk around this corner, there's a load of roadworks or the ground's uneven or there's ice around this corner. As you walk around this bend over there, you might want to cross the street because there's ice on the pavement and it's a bit slippery. And I know some people get offended when people make assumptions about whether you need to know or whether you don't need to know and all that sort of stuff. But I personally find it really nice that someone's gone out of their way and just realized, hey, I'm walking past a visually impaired person. I might just tell him and his guide about this, you know, obstacle or information. I really appreciate that. I think it's really nice.
Here's a real popular one for, I mean, many of us, because as we know, one of the biggest things we have to get rid of is usually the ability to drive a car. And that just affects so much. And it's a lot of people don't have the ability to get to public transportation and, you know, get around, you know, maybe someone doesn't have Uber and all this stuff. So we rely heavily on rides from friends.
Yeah, that's really good. I don't even know if they realize what a help that is. It saves you so much time and effort and hassle, doesn't it? If someone offers a lift, it's
I mean, like, what's it
so
like?
nice.
I mean, how long? I mean, we've talked, and I mentioned it takes an hour and a half. If I take a bus to my mom's house, it's an hour and a half. On top of the fact that it's an hour and a half, you have all the stress. You know,
the other thing as well, I like it when people have realized and offer you the lift rather than, I don't really like asking people for lifts, but
it's
I like
tough. Yeah, can you?
yeah,
Right.
it's nice when somebody just offers and just thinks to themselves, oh, actually, I wonder how you getting such and such on Thursday, or you know, I like that. So it's really nice. Okay, Mike, this is a good one right now. I don't usually see this, and the only reason I know about it is I usually get informed after the fact. And apparently, quite often when I'm walking along with my cane and a guide, usually people will practically kick their children out of the way or push them out of the way or push a friend out of the way, or you know, you get groups of guys. There might be like four lads walking along and two of them haven't seen me, so one of them will just push the other one like literally off the pavement out of my way. And I'm usually oblivious to this, just like swiping my cane like a cross between Zorro and Mr. Magoo. And I only find out afterwards. Usually my guide will say, oh, when you were walking down there, that mother grabbed hold of her child and yanked her out of your way and nearly snapped his neck. You know, that sort of stuff. And I find it, you know, it's nice because they've seen it, they've dealt with it. And I would never have known if my guide had not informed me, oh, that was really nice, that one. Or sometimes I'll hear my guide say thank you. And I'll be like,
oh, like, what are you thinking?
who's she talking to? And she's like, oh, that woman just pulled a child out of your way, or those two guys just moved a trolley or a sign or something. I think people just do stuff without you even realizing. And you might, if you're on your own, you might never know someone just helped you out. Thanks for watching, guys. That'll just about do it for this week. We'd love to hear yours, so if you've got any examples, please put them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now season 2 started, we'll be posting videos every week. And also, don't forget to follow us on the socials. On Instagram, it's at the RP Show 2021. And on Facebook, it's the RP Show. Okay, folks, see you soon.